The cheap dirt scam. Not all bagged soil is the same, and buying the cheapest option at the garden center is one of the fastest ways to lose money before a single seed goes in the ground. Cheap black soil often contains little organic matter, heavy clay, or weed seeds waiting to sprout. Roots suffocate in dense, poorly aerated material, and plants that struggle from the start rarely recover. So don't waste $8 on cheap soil only to spend $60 replacing dead plants. Before buying, do a simple squeeze test. Grab a handful, squeeze it, then release. Good soil breaks apart gently. If it stays in a hard clump or crumbles to dust, leave it on the shelf. Blend your own mix, 1 part compost, 1 part perlite, 1 part topsoil. Total cost per cubic foot, under $2. Make it whenever possible. The calendar war. Timing in gardening is not flexible. It is fundamental. Cool weather crops, like lettuce and spinach planted in summer heat, will bolt and die within weeks. Warm season seedlings, like tomatoes and peppers, set out before the last frost date, will simply stop growing or not survive at all. Either way, the money spent on seeds and transplants is completely wasted. Every region has a planting calendar based on local frost dates, and learning yours takes about 10 minutes. Understanding when your last spring frost and first fall frost typically occur will protect every purchase you make at the nursery. The instant garden trap. Walking into a nursery and buying large, flowering plants feels satisfying, but it is usually an expensive mistake. Mature plants cost significantly more than young seedlings, and they carry a much higher risk of transplant shock, especially when their roots have been disturbed. A stressed plant in bloom may drop all its flowers and take weeks to recover, sometimes never reaching full productivity. Younger plants with no open flowers adapt far more easily to a new environment and establish stronger root systems. Starting from seed is even better, since a small packet can produce dozens of plants for a fraction of the cost. The mildew tax. Watering incorrectly is one of the most common and overlooked sources of plant disease. Wetting the leaves regularly creates the humid surface conditions that fungal diseases need to spread. Inconsistent watering, where soil swings between soaking wet and bone dry, stresses plants and weakens their natural defenses. The result is preventable illness that leads to spending money on fungicides that would never have been necessary. The solution is straightforward. Water at the base of the plant only, preferably in the morning, and keep moisture off the foliage entirely. Drip irrigation makes this automatic, but careful hand watering works just as well. The shadow expense. Sunlight is not negotiable for most food crops. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and squash need 6 to 8 hours of direct sun daily to produce fruit. Placing these plants near a wall, under a tree canopy, or on a shaded balcony means they will grow leaves, but rarely develop a meaningful harvest. The money spent on soil, fertilizer, and water produces almost nothing in return. Before building any raised bed or placing containers, observe the space throughout the day and note exactly how many hours of direct sun it receives. Morning sun is generally more reliable and gentle than afternoon exposure, making east-facing spots especially valuable. The crowd stress. Enthusiasm and limited space lead many new gardeners to plant far too densely. It feels productive to fill every inch of a bed, but plants need room to breathe, draw nutrients, and develop properly. When roots compete underground and leaves block light from neighboring plants above, everything slows down. Yields can drop by half compared to what properly spaced plants would produce. The spacing printed on seed packets exists for a reason, grounded in years of agricultural research. Thinning seedlings, which means removing some so others can grow fully, feels counterintuitive, but is one of the highest return actions a gardener can take. The mulch omission. Leaving soil bare and exposed is a quiet, ongoing cost that many new gardeners never connect to their results. Open soil loses moisture rapidly under sun and wind, driving up water consumption noticeably over a growing season. It also gives weed seeds direct access to light, leading to hours of extra labor and often spending on herbicides. A layer of organic mulch, 5 to 10 centimeters deep, whether straw, wood chips, or dry grass clippings, holds moisture in, suppresses weeds naturally, and slowly feeds the soil as it breaks down. It is one of the lowest cost, highest impact habits in all of gardening. The pretty pot death. Decorative containers without proper drainage are a reliable way to lose a plant slowly and expensively. Water that cannot escape accumulates at the root zone, displacing oxygen and creating the saturated conditions where root rot thrives. A beautiful, expensive pot with no drainage holes will eventually kill almost any plant placed in it. The fix is simple and permanent. Drill holes in the base if none exist, and place a thin layer of coarse gravel or broken pottery over them to prevent the mix from blocking drainage. Using a decorative cachepot as an outer shell around a plain nursery pot with holes is another clean and practical solution. The tool trap. Garden supply stores are designed to make buying feel productive. Digital soil meters, elaborate kits, specialized hand tools, and branded accessories are marketed as essential, but most offer little benefit to a beginner with a modest plot. Money spent on unnecessary equipment is money not spent on compost, quality soil, or more seeds, which are the inputs that actually affect plant health. A short-handled trowel, a pair of clean pruning shears, and a simple watering can are enough to manage almost any home garden successfully. Add tools only when a specific, recurring task makes their value obvious, rather than buying ahead of an imagined need. The wasteful harvest. Growing food that the household does not actually consume is a surprisingly common mistake, and it costs more than just money. Space in a garden bed is finite. Time spent watering, weeding, and tending a crop is real. When the harvest arrives and no one wants to eat it, every resource invested is gone with no return. The most financially rational garden focuses on what gets bought most regularly at the store. Herbs used weekly, salad greens consumed often, or a staple vegetable that appears on the table most nights. These are the crops that turn a garden from a hobby expense into a genuine household saving. Which of these mistakes have you already made? Drop it in the comments below and subscribe. Next week, we've got another guide that will completely change the way you garden.